the sun, Leos.
Leos. Leo, of course, is sometimes one of those signs that gets a bad rap from being selfish or something, but Leo is the sign of the self, and the sun is the planet of being the center of the solar system.
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, Leo works best when it's shining that way, when Leos are self-confident, when they're living their truth, which may mean it looks selfish, that they want to pursue the arts or something that sort of shakes people up. But when they do it, they radiate so much spiritual light that it's important to let the Leo have their platform of some sort.
Yeah.
And negatively, I think Leo has to really be careful being around people that are depressed. Because Leo sometimes can feel they're not allowed to be as big as they feel they need to be. And it's just important to be with people who let you shine and aren't intimidated by you.
They've not had the best time in the last couple of years with that Saturn in Leo.
But they can also help Leo to, the planet Saturn goes through a sign every 2.5 years, and we're about to have a change in September. So Virgos will have their time with Saturn. And it's not so bad. And I think after you're 30, Saturn has a 30-year cycle, an orbit, and you start to integrate the energy of Saturn more. It definitely can be a bummer if you have no options and you think this is the only way to do something. So Saturn will put up roadblocks to help you see it's vaster than this one path. But certain signs have a harder time, and the fixed signs, Leo being one, and Scorpio being another, and Aquarius being another. I'll be happy when Saturn has moved.
Now we got to the Virgos, those practical, helpful people.
Yes, and Virgo is another sign I think that has a hard time in the media.
Lots of doctors and nurses.
Yes, definitely. The health profession is Virgo, a lot of healing professions. And big secret, Virgo is so funny. I mean, they are so witty and so funny. It's kind of a dry humor, self-deprecating humor.
Very funny.
And they know a lot of stuff. They're ruled by Mercury like Gemini is. And so they are very funny. And but
I think Hugh Grant's a Virgo.
Is he? That's sort of, again, the self-deprecating.
And Sean Connery.
Oh, there you go.
James Bond,
Is that Mercury, has kind of like the moon, a light side and a dark side. And they say Gemini's like the hot side of Mercury, and then Virgo's the cool side. But they've got that same, it's that allure that Virgo can have. On a negative side, Virgo can be mostly self-critical. They go on about Virgos being neat and all this stuff, but that may or may not be true. But it's the interior sort of always separating good and bad and this and that, and they can kind of make themselves crazy.
Too perfect.
Too perfect,
Yeah. And then we get to those Libras.
Yeah.
You have your Libra ascendant and Libra moon.
I love my Libras. Yes. Libra is another air sign like Gemini, so very mental. And it's ruled by Venus, which is about love and, again, the holding, but it's more about interpersonal relationships with Libra. And my Libra clients always say, I know it's not about relationships, but, and I say, no, it's all about relationships. If you're a Libra, it is. And about mastering that ability to interact with another person and not go off kilter. Libras with scales, their life mission is to be balanced. They're not usually very balanced. Anything can knock them asunder. And to learn to say, this is what I want, this is the decision, and to stick with it. There's a kind of feeling, because it's opposite as Aries, to kind of make a decision and jump somewhere else. But to stay consistent with your truth is important as a Libra. And to learn to make decisions is important. But as people, they're very wonderful, very personable, and very much able to see the other person's side. And that can help. In my chart with a lot of Libra, I do, just counseling in general, I have to see that person's side. But when I do marriage counseling, to say, well, this is what this one is, and this is what you're, and to not pit them against, but to illuminate differences. I think Libra's good with that, so they're good with helping groups get along.
We have a few signs left, and we've only got a few minutes. What do you think? So we'll have to have you back.
Sure. We're going to skip the Scorpio?
We could go ahead, do the Scorpio.
Yeah, guys, talk about Scorpio. Scorpio is another fixed sign, a water sign, so it's emotional. Again, with a bad rap, that they are very intense. I think Scorpios, they have X-ray vision spiritually. They go right into you, and you've got to be a strong person to be around Scorpio. And because Scorpio is actually the sign of the depth of illumination in the soul, and to carry that energy around. I think Scorpios have to really know themselves and honor all parts of life, whether it's a traumatic experience or tense experiences, and how to overcome those. Just like Capricorn, Scorpio and Capricorn, very much about overcoming and challenges, and then walking in that energy that comes out of coming on the other side of those experiences.
The Sagittarians.
Sag is a fun sign. They are very playful, very philosophical, metaphysical. But again, like Gemini, it's opposite, needing to narrow focus and stay consistent with one path of spirituality. They're all going to take you to Rome, you know, to God consciousness. So stay on one instead of, ooh, this all looks good, you know.
And they've had a good time with Jupiter in there.
Yes, the planet Jupiter has been in Sagittarius and still will be. Yes, it's definitely. Very expansive, fun people.
Now, we only got a couple. In fact, we've got some time, I think. We've got the, maybe we hit the Capricorns again. And
Capricorn, yes, another bad rap that they are not so serious. They can be, but again, witty, fun, interested in self-betterment, and they do need to focus on lightening up their inside, I think, more. They need to see that the work they're doing is bringing them to their ultimate goals, and to see the big picture, where a Sagittarius friend can see the big picture instead of focusing on small.
And we've got to your sign.
My sign, Aquarius, which is an air sign. It's the water bearer, but we think more brainwaves with Aquarius. Very open-minded, generally. Maybe other people might say different about me.
Yeah.
But there's that
very
capacity.
Universal.
Very universal consciousness, tolerant, and interested in the future.
And, of course, we have to say Mozart, 7 planets in Aquarius.
Wow, he did?
Yeah, conjunct.
How interesting. Ooh, what a character.
And it was the same conjunction as when they first went out in space.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
How
and
amazing.
I read a chart that they were all in his 5th house, which is the house of creativity.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was such an oddball, so the Aquarians are often
Pisces.
odd. Pisces is the planet of blending with the whole, which can make codependency, or it can make a spiritual master of you.
Wow.
And
great counselors also, right?
Great counselors, very compassionate, and need to watch for escapism because they feel the pain of the world so much.
Yeah.
But there's such a deep love for the world that Pisces has.
I think the downside is they might get into some intoxication.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but or hang around intoxicated people and try to fix them and all that. But to know that God is the greatest escape.
Yeah. That's the ultimate sign of spirituality, wouldn't you say?
Yes, which doesn't mean other signs aren't spiritual,
right.
but it's a weight too. It's to always be feeling that I know there's something more for me, and you can't live shallow when you're Pisces, or you.
Well, once again, we've been with a fantastic astrologer, Aluna Michaels. Aluna, you can be reached at which number?
The number that might be on the screen, 248-583-1663.
And you also have a website.
Yes, which is alunamichaels.com.
Fantastic. You were just a great guest. We'd have to have you back.
I'd love to come back.
Anytime you want to come on. And once again, we just showed the website. If you want to get a hold of a book, Spiritual Gifts of the 12 Astrological Signs, through the website.
Yes, or call me.
Yep.
Contact me.
Get a reading, get a book.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All the best to you.
You too.
Yeah.